By the end of this video, you're going to know how to make your customers click their screen so hard to open your emails that they crack their phone screen. I'm not liable for if that happens, and I'm not paying for any phone screens, but you get the point. This is $20 million subject line in preview text training. I've generated $20 million from emails with subject lines and preview text. In this video, we're going to be going over a breakdown, some good frameworks for writing subject lines and preview text that people want. We're going to be going over a couple of live examples of me writing subject lines and preview text for some emails. And then also we're going to be reviewing some live in my inbox so that you can get kind of like my mental frame when I'm writing subject lines and preview text. On average, we get about 50 to 60% opens across all of our clients to our engaged list. So let us get straight into it. So I talked about open rates there, but this is my not so bold take. Some think it's bold. Everybody thinks it's bold, but your subject line and preview text should not matter for your open rates. In my opinion, they do not matter at all, because your content in your email should be so good and your cadence should be so consistent that customers are just conditioned to open every email no matter what. The goal is to get people to open your emails based off your sender name. It's just like with YouTube videos. Maybe you watch on my YouTube videos, it doesn't matter what I put as the title. Some people are going to watch my video just because they see Max Sturvin. Now, there might not be anybody who does that, but you get the point. We want it off of the sender name. Kim Kardashian drops, I don't know, a clothing product, no matter what, people are going to get it. So that's kind of the same concept. If your content is so good, you're sending such good stuff, then people won't care what you're saying. You could literally have a blank email, no subject line, no preview text, but it says from your brand, and people should still open. That's what you need to understand. And your cadence should be so consistent as well, to where people expect you. Multiple times a week you're sending emails, they expect you, and they just know, I'm going to be opening these emails, just like with reading the newspaper with people back in the day. So that's kind of my thought process there, why opens shouldn't matter. It should just be your content is so good that you send an email, somebody opens it, and they're like, oh, wow, this was kind of cool. And next time they see your email, they associate that, and so they open your email. So the real purpose of subject lines and preview text is literally just sales. That is all we want with email marketing, is we want more sales. So different subject lines and preview text, this is what we need to understand. Subject lines and preview texts will change the frame of your email and prime the customer for sales in different ways, like the psychological, just like the frame at which they're going at it, like whether they're going into your email with a buying mood or they're going at it in like a curious mood. Those will have different sale effects. And so that's all it is. It's just the frame at which your email is being viewed at. So we've literally had subject lines and preview text generate 3 times more sales than others with the same email copy and the same design in the email. But stupid subject lines and preview text just change the sales that much. So test your subject lines based off revenue. If you're setting up sales in Klaviyo, have the winner be chosen off revenue, not actually opens. You can see here in this example, look at this. Open rate, 68%, but this open rate is 69%. Haha. But everything about this email was the same except for the subject line. Look at the placed order rate, 11.6% and 3.8%. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. It's just off. And look at how many more clicks. 14% clicks versus 6.8% clicks. Just changed the frame of the email. The frame was changed from like more of like a gentle frame where it's like, hey, did you mean to do this? Rather than just like, this is ready for you. Just like check it out and just like buy it. And so that in this specific instance of like an abandoned cart email, that changed the frame of the email so much more. And so that's how much of a difference it made. Again, same email. So that's the subject line and preview text. That's what you need to understand about it. So when we're talking about putting together our subject lines and preview text, think about your subject line as your headline and the preview text as your subheadline. That's simple. You don't want to give away all your info in the subject line and preview text. That's another thing. So with a typical headline, you're giving everybody the whole synopsis of everything in like the document that you're about to give them. But in the case of subject lines and preview texts, you don't want to do that because you don't want to tell them everything about the email because then they don't need to open it. And so you want to give them a hint, give them like a little peek ski. But in order for them to like actually know about the email and the value in it, they have to open it. You want to just like, you just want to get them curious and get like open a loop in their mind where it's like, now I have to find that out. It's just like when like a song is stuck in your head, but like you can't remember the name of it or something, you can't remember the name of something or of like a movie, you can't think of the name of a movie, and it's just an open loop and it bothers you all day. That's essentially what we want to do. We want to open a loop in someone's head where the only way they can close that loop is they open the email. And so that's like the goal of what we're doing. So here's like a simple subject line framework that makes your emails subject lines look clean, makes them curious, and it follows all best practices. So this is my framework that I typically like to use. 2 to 5 words in length, nothing more. You don't want people to be reading sentences. You want to be able to, they're scrolling Instagram, they get your Gmail notification. If there's a lot of words, the person's just going to instantly swipe out because they're worried about watching cat videos on Instagram. We want to just make it quick to where they can see something super easy. And so title case just makes things look more official, and I found that it has a positive effect on open rates. So I like to use title case just like this sentence. And you want to build curiosity with it. Kind of like I said earlier, we want to build curiosity, like what are they talking about? And then you don't want to do this every time, but end with 1 to 2 emojis. I find that like one emoji to go along with it really helps as well. But you don't want to go overboard where every single email you have an emoji. But you get the point. So like some examples. A taste of sunshine. What does that mean? What is like a taste of sunshine? That brings like an emotional appeal. And so you're like wondering like, okay, I got to click this. It's capital case. It's 2 to 5 words. It's 4 words. Myth, period, busted. Eye emoji works really good for getting opens because it just builds curiosity. So myth busted, now you're like, oh shoot, what myth? Like what am I missing out here? Something like they're finally here. So it's like you're building anticipation and you're like, what is here? And then you have obviously this emoji. It's literally this easy. What's this easy? And then like the laughing face, this is kind of like a cocky laugh. And so the person's like, it's literally this easy. What am I doing? What am I making so hard? And so these are good examples. Just following all these principles. So 2 to 5 words is always good. Capital case, build some curiosity and get an emoji or 2 in there when you can. Now let's talk about preview text. So don't overthink the preview text. It's just you want to build off the subject line in some way. So here's a framework that I like to use that feeds off of the subject line. So I like to use like 1 sentence long, or you can make it like quick, but I found that like smaller subject lines, they just look a little awkward. I like to have like 2 words in the subject line, and then the preview text is longer than that, like 5 words. And so it's like a simple hierarchy when somebody is viewing your email. So I like to do regular capitalization. The subject line is title caps, preview text. We just want to do just regular. We want to add support to the subject line, kind of tickle their interest a little bit more. And then I just like massive for me is ending with ... It's optional. You don't want to do it for everyone, but for some reason that just really opens loops in people's heads and it gets them curious. So something like this wasn't supposed to be made, but now it's a bestseller. You're like, oh, holy cow. And so that would go with like a taste of sunshine. This wasn't supposed to be made, but now it's a bestseller. Like, oh, wow. So that goes together. Something like this where it's a full sentence, it's available, but the last drop sold out in 24 hours, ... Makes you curious. That goes with this. Or I guess maybe not. They're finally here, maybe. It could go with that. No one... Yeah, so I think these are probably swish. It's available, but the last drop sold out in 24 hours. I'd say probably that would work well for like they're finally here, like for some sort of restock. Something like if you want the cold hard facts, we got them. ... That could go with like myth.busted. So it would be myth.busted. If you want the cold hard facts, we got them. And then no one is talking about this, but it will make you more money. That's another thing. So it's literally this easy. It's so easy, and nobody's talking about it, but it's going to make me money, ... Like, that builds a lot of curiosity. And so that's a simple preview text framework. And again, don't overthink it. The content of your emails and the driving ideas should be what's driving opens and clicks. We just want to use this to change the frame. So that's like what I do. Now let us make some subject line and preview text live. I just picked 3 random emails in my inbox. Okay, first we have this one from Cage. Don't miss out, 25% off everything plus fresh restocks. Use code SUMMER25 and Sunday. We've also restocked many of our best sellers. Okay, so we've got some restocks and we got a big sale. So what do we want to do here? So let's follow my framework where we're doing capital cases, capitals. Something that we could do here, I think, for the subject line, I think I want to touch on both. Typically, I wouldn't want to do 2 things at once, like focus on a restock and a sale. But maybe I could do something like this. I feel like something like they're back. And then let's see what kind of emoji we could do. See what my recent emojis are. There you go. You can see what my most used ones are. We have a lot of rocket ships at my agency because we make people a lot of money. So I use that quite often. I think probably the star eye emoji is kind of what I'd be doing here. I think that would be good. Let's do star. There we go. They're back. And then for this, I want to say I want to have something sale related. So maybe we could do and they're on sale for now. I think that works. I kind of like that. First go, and they're on sale for now. Okay, they're back, and they're on sale for now. Okay, so that makes you think, what's back? What's back? And then it also makes you think, what's the sale? Like, how much do I get off? And then it's for now, so you have some urgency. So it's like, okay, I gotta click this email now. So I think that's actually pretty good. Off the first go, I like it. Cool, so there's one there that's going to work well. Now let's look at this month pack email. So happy National Coconut Day. This is a great email for anybody to do. Just look up, ask ChatGPT, hey, I run a brand that sells bars, like nut bars. What are like some random holidays that I can do for July? And then it'll spit out stuff like National Coconut Day. Didn't know that was a thing. But they're doing National Coconut Day. There's no better way to celebrate than with one or two of our chocolate and coconut bars. Super simple email. Looks good. Okay, so subject line and preview text. So let's do something like this. I think we could use like a pun here, I'm thinking. I also like to use puns in subject lines in preview texts. So maybe like time to go cocoa nuts. How's that look? That might look a little awkward. Let's look at coconut. Let's see how this looks. Is there coconut? That's awkward. I spelled coconut wrong. Kind of looks awkward, but I think I have an idea for preview text. We could do, they made a national holiday after this. I think that gets you curious. They made a national holiday after this, question mark. I think that's good. Because then you're like, what is it? So that makes me maybe not want to put the coconut to kind of get them wondering what the holiday is. What can we do here? Maybe just say, we're going coconuts. Ooh. that could have been bad if we just left that. That definitely doesn't look appropriate. Okay, we're going cocoa nuts. Okay, I kind of like that. So it's like, we're going nuts. They made a national holiday after this. I like it. Creative. It's on brand. And it goes into the theme of the email. They made a national holiday after this. Perfect. I like it. 2 bangers so far. I like it. And I didn't capitalize this like I typically would, just because we have this section that I wanted to highlight, like we're going nuts. Okay, now we have this seed email. Trusted for travel. Super simple, rigorously tested, serious about science, these, whatever. Okay. So, not too much to go off here. Trusted for travel. So they sent this during summer. It is summer right now. So we can make it summer related. So maybe we could just say that directly, like heading on vacation. Can start on that for now. Vacation time. Tree. And then I might want to change that, but we have something to go off. Vacation time. Let's see, what do they give us here? Rigorously tested. Research. I know the product, they have like a travel, like size, like a travel thing that you can take with you. So maybe we can tie something like that into it, but really we want to tie things. They don't really give us a lot to go off of here. So vacation time, I'd say you won't be able to travel the same after this. I'd say something like that. I think that's good. Gets you a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. Vacation time, you won't be able to travel the same after this. I think that's good. I like it. They didn't really give us too much to go off of, like with this. Like they kind of give us a lot to go off of, so we made it a bit more creative. But I think these are all good. So great examples here. That gives you like my thought process and what some subject lines and preview text look like. So I just leaked the rest of this slideshow, but let's review some subject lines and preview text live. I'm going to go to my burner Gmail address, which is just right here, and we are going to review some of these subject lines and preview texts. So let's do it. I'm just in the promotions tab here. Let's look at this. Wet, hot, euphoria, summer. I kind of like that. I like that. I don't always love to have, oh wow, this is inappropriate. I don't know why I'm subscribed to this brand. But wet, hot, euphoria, summer, that kind of definitely puts a picture in your mind. And so I kind of like it. And they use the word secret. You don't always want to use the word secret. It's kind of overused. But I think that's pretty good. I like using periods between words because it gets you a little bit more, it adds a little bit of suspense, so I kind of like it. Let's look at all new summer hiking essentials. I don't like how long that is because are these new products all new? I would probably focus a little bit more on new rather than summer hiking essentials. You could turn summer hiking essentials, add that in the preview text, which I can't really see. So that's what I'd say. Maybe I can extend this out. Featuring our most adjustable pack yet. Featuring, okay, it says that twice. I feel like this is a bit basic. I'd like to say maybe like new as a subject line because it's kind of a hip brand, and new, that's like a phrase with the hip people. So I'd say like new, and then it'd say these summer hiking essentials are perfect for the outdoor type, something like that, to get a little bit more kind of like on edge type of stuff. Like you already know what you're getting when you open this email. I'd like to make it a little bit more different. This sale, red, white, and all you. I like that, but it's a bit long. And I would even just put subject line, this sale, ? And then preview text, red, white, and all you, ... I think that would be great. I think that's how I would improve that. I don't think you need to say Americana-inspired favorites. I think red, white, and you kind of like does everything that you need. Collection blowout, I like that. For urgency, I don't always like to use all caps, but sometimes it works. And then some SKUs are already closed, get yours now. That's good. That gets a little bit of urgency for you. Sale, layer love, 40 to 80% off your sweater crushes. I like that. That's just simple. Don't need to worry about that. Banger alert, this build of the month is fire. I don't really like 2 emojis. I like to keep it at 1 rather than doing 2 in separate places. If we're doing 2 emojis, I like to put one after the other. So that I may not always want to do or like. It's good to have an emoji at the beginning of the subject line sometimes, so make sure that you're testing emoji at the beginning versus emoji at the end. So that's solid. Let's look at site-wide sales, almost over, shop 20% off. It's a bit long. I don't know if you need all caps there. Just not very creative. Don't know what to cook tonight. We got you covered. That's always a good framework that you can use for subject lines and preview texts. Preview texts is you ask a question, need this, and then you say, got you covered. Something like that. This collection is built for summer. You're actually not supposed to capitalize seasons, so this is incorrect. I just changed this. Rather than saying this collection is built for summer, I'd say like built for summer. Make it a little bit quicker, have it all capitalized, and then have the preview text. Looks like there's not really any preview text. The perfect sun hoodie, I don't know, that's kind of lame. I just say this, I'd say something like this collection shines, something with like a pun or a metaphor or something, and then end with ... I think that would be good. Let's do just a couple more. Add this to your packing list. Save 30% on the probiotic that's ready to go. I think this was the email we looked at. Yeah. So add this to your packing list. It just seems kind of lame. Kind of like what we came up with more, where we said vacation time, you won't be able to travel the same after this. Save 30% on the probiotic that's ready on the go. Maybe I'd use this as like the preview text for vacation time, and then a preview text, add this to your packing list, ... I want a little bit more curiosity. That's probably what I'd want to do there. Let's do one more. Tallow won't fix this. The grass-fed elephant in the room, that's a banger. Perfect. This won't fix it. This product is about tallow. And so it's like, whoa, are they talking down on themselves? And then it's saying elephant in the room. That makes me want to click and be like, okay, what is the elephant in the room? Love it. That's a good one. That's a great example. Cool. So we just reviewed a ton. We just made our own subject lines and preview texts live. And I just want to end with, do not overthink it. If you send good content, people will open your emails no matter what. Doesn't matter really what your subject line and preview text is for opens. Just send good content and people will continue to open. Get them to open based off your sender name, and test your subject lines and preview text based off of sales, and test what works for you. So that is it for this video, this quick training video. Let me know if you have any questions, any videos you want me to make in the future, and subscribe to my newsletter, inboxnewsletter.com/subscribe. It's free. It's really good. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.